Have you ever stepped into a responsibility that felt bigger than you? A calling that came after someone great went before you? That is exactly where Joshua finds himself in Joshua chapter 1. Moses, the greatest leader Israel has ever known, was gone. And now God speaks to Joshua in this powerful word. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise. Today we're going to learn how God commissioned Joshua, how courage is formed by listening to God, and what this chapter teaches us about God's leadership and obedience. Joshua chapter 1 teaches us this truth. Strong and courageous leaders are formed by listening to God, obeying His word, and trusting His presence. Let's go to the background of this passage from verse 1 to 2. Before God gives instruction, He gives us perspective. Moses, the servant of God, is gone, but now God's purpose is remain the same. Joshua used to be Moses' assistant. As a faithful servant, he often seen in the background, but now God speaks directly to him. Therefore, go is the command that God has for Joshua. So leadership transitions never stop God's plan. God prepared leaders quietly before He commissioned them publicly. Those seasons of waiting, loneliness, or silence, they are not waste. They are preparation. So what is the application? If you are waiting right now, you know that God is shaping you to prepare you for something new in His ministry. So let's go to the next portion right here, verse 3 to 6. This is the promise of God. God reminds Joshua, the land is already given. The promise was spoken long before Joshua arrived. But notice this, God's gift still requires faith and obedience. Joshua must step forward. So courage is not self-confident. Courage is confident in God's faithfulness. God's promise are experienced through obedience. So from verse 7 to 8, we're going to learn about God's power. He is the center of the chapter. Joshua's success does not depend on strategy, charisma, or natural strength. It depends on God's word. God gives Joshua 3 major commands. And the first one is this, speak it. The book of the Lord shall not depart from your mouth. Second one, meditate on it day and night. And third one, do it. Be careful to do according to all that is written. So then come the promise. Then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. So what's the principle here? Spiritual strength requires more discipline. And then verse 9, we learn about God's presence. Joshua about to face giants, cities, battles, uncertainty. God never promised something will be peaceful and good, but He promised that His presence will be there with Joshua. This is why courage is commanded. So I just want to recap 3 major things to form our courage. It's God's promise, God's power, and God's presence. And let's see how is Joshua respond to this. Right after hearing God speak to him, Joshua immediately show his obedience. He does not delay. He commands the officer, prepare provisions. So true leadership moves forward when being guided by God. He acts in obedience. And then the people have to share this responsibility. You know, the eastern tribe already have their possession, but they still have to help the other tribe to conquer all the piece of land. So therefore, unity in God requires us to share responsibility and burden of others. Let's see how people respond to Joshua in the next portion from verse 10 to verse 15. The people completely support him with one condition. One condition. If God is with Joshua, this actually protects Israel from blind leadership. So godly leadership is affirmed by obedience, unity, and submission to God's word. So what is the application for today? I have a few questions for you, just a reflection. Where is God calling you to step forward in faith? What kind of fears are holding you back right now? And how deeply are you rooted in God's word? So remember this, leadership is not about position, it's about listening to God in obedience. Now, the key verse for this week is simply found in chapter 1, verse 9. Have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous, do not be frightened, do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go.